images delivers a mass of puppies.
Yeah, where?
When searching for KOPEK.
Yeah.
So I was actually expecting to interview some puppies.
Dog lovers.
Some puppies.
Yeah. Dog ones.
Well, we are dog lovers, you know, but yeah, it turns out KOPEK means dog in Turkish.
Really?
Yeah. So
Alright.
that was the whole. We didn't realise that. So it means actually a lot of things. It means tits in some other country. It means many different things. So
Alright.
yeah, you're lucky you didn't see a pair of tits popping up first. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird one. We didn't realise at the time when we named the band KOPEK that it meant cute puppies.
It just means our band. It just means rock and roll. That's
Alright.
we wanted something that sounded kind of a little bit harsh and rocky.
But also puppies as well. Like we like, you know,
like puppies.
whenever you
We're
think about
soft on the inside too, you know.
Yeah,
I
every
mean,
rock and roll
shit
is
all over the
soft on
place.
inside, yeah.
We're not house trained and.
Alright. So it also means when you search for KOPEK in Wikipedia, it means 100th of a ruble.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
As well, yeah.
There's a Turkish court administrator who died in 1420.
You are very well researched.
Yes,
I have to say.
I did my research today.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah. So okay, but it's no. You don't want to be. I'm lacking words. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
You don't want to be a poppy band. You want to be a rock and roll band.
Of course. Yeah, that's the plan. That's
cool.
the plan. Yeah. Well, maybe if we.
I thought we were.
If we come across like a puppy band, maybe we need to sort that out.
I don't know. I haven't seen your live yet. I can tell you that afterwards. After the interview.
Yeah. Well, you'll see. You should be. Hopefully, we don't come across like that, but should be okay.
Okay.
We're trying to be rock and roll, but we're probably failing at it miserably.
No. Well, from the videos I've watched, I don't think you're failing at being rock.
No.
Because the video to Love Is Dead,
yeah.
you got some pretty nice girl in there.
Yeah, she's alright, yeah. She was nice, yeah, definitely. She definitely put a bit of rock and roll into the video.
Yeah, she looks cool. She definitely looks like rock and roll.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
she's good.
Yeah.
Lovely girl.
Alright, so before the PR Machinery started here in Europe, you've been touring extensively in the US.
Yes.
You've also been featured in the Soul 3D soundtrack.
Where else?
And American Pie as well, the new movie.
Oh really?
Reunion, yeah. So,
we're
so
getting
got lucky with a few bits and pieces.
We're getting some stuff on MTV, and we have some stuff. We'll have some stuff coming out in Europe soon as well on TV. Been kind of lucky getting our stuff in on TV and music, or music videos and stuff. So been kind of lucky in that sense. I don't know. I think the music is kind of made for TV, made for commercials. So I think it's a good way to kind of get a new band sound out there to the masses, you know. Because I don't know, radio is so hard to get a rock band on these days. So I think, you know, TV is kind of a good way to break in a new band. I've seen it happen lots of times. So we're happy to put our music on TV and stuff, you know.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of biased because when you got your music on TV or in a commercial, it can also happen you're some kind of one-hit wonder.
Yeah, well, yeah, it depends on the longevity of the band. It depends if the band actually have one good song on the album or the band have 12 good songs, and that really comes down to the band itself. I mean, you know, there's bands like The Gossip, but there's lots of bands that have been broken off TV, even Snow Patrol, but they have the backing to, they have the songs to keep going and keep getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
When I know some bands that, you know, just have one great gimmicky music video and it's huge, and then they're like, where are they now? Probably working in Burger King somewhere, I don't know. I mean, we also take a lot of our influence from the older music. I mean, we do listen to a lot of new rock, but we also listen to a hell of a lot of classic rock, and I don't know, from the Stones to Jimi Hendrix. So a lot of that influence comes out in the music that we write. So I mean, that's kind of where we would pull the older crowd in as well, even though young people love that shit too. But
yeah.
I don't know, I think it's
good that maybe the older people can kind of get into what younger people are listening to, and then maybe educate the kids about like rock bands that were before, like older bands like The Doors and Hendrix and all of these people that maybe they wouldn't know about already. So
yeah, I think it's always cool when the kids do their research and check out the influences their favorite band has.
Yeah.
And then they start to listen to start listening to this?
Well, that's
so they
it.
get into
But we were the same. We started off, we listened to Nirvana and Soundgarden. It was very much the kind of Seattle
Yeah.
kind of sound that we were listening to. And then as we got older, then we discovered stuff like the Rolling Stones
Yeah.
and the old blues
Zeppelin.
and Muddy Waters and stuff like that, you know. So
Yeah. So
I guess we all did.
yeah, it's the
Because
same
when I was
kinda-
young, it was just Nirvana and Soundgarden. The whole
Yeah.
Rush thing was going on.
Yeah.
but that was great at the time. There was a scene going on, a proper scene, you know. And it feels like it is not really like that anymore. That's what I kind of think today's music is kind of missing. Kind of that couple of important bands that are doing something really special and really honest. Kind of feels, I don't know, maybe it's just because of the iTunes generation and the way things have gone, but it doesn't feel like rock has ever kind of went back to that point, or it kind of needs to go back to that point, you know, in kind of in a scene or a group of bands or something special, even the punk scene or something. I kind of think it needs to go back to that, you know. Hopefully it will one day, you know.
I think rock culture has been going underground.
Well, yeah, it seems to be that way in Europe, especially.
Yeah.
Like what you were saying, like the radio really isn't that important, and it really seems to be live shows and word of mouth and people bringing their friends along.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's good for us too, because like with our album, I think that there's a lot of great songs on it, and I think you need to listen to the whole thing. So maybe it's better that there isn't just a single on the radio for us over here, but we'll see what happens.
So your fan base, they're called the Kopekians or Kopekians.
Yeah, well,
How did you come up with that?
They named themselves, really, I think.
Yeah.
In America, they just kind of named themselves that,
Oh, cool.
and it just caught on from there, and people seem to be getting into it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
That's like you should start a fan club.
I think there's-
Kopekians only.
I think there is a fan club. I don't know if it's called Kopekians, but man, maybe we should start our own country. That's what we should do.
Yeah.
Mm.
Where were you located? Somewhere warm.
Yeah.
Afghanistan or something. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
Okay, so musical-wise and life-wise, who's your biggest influence? Because musical-wise, you answered it somehow.
In modern rock, Dave Grohl would be because of just the amount of great stuff that he's done over the last years, and his work ethic. He's a serious dude in modern rock. Probably one of the biggest players going. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I really like Josh Homme as well.
Yeah.
Queens of Stone Age. Again, he's just done so many different albums and done so many different things. He's on a soundtrack to a movie now at the moment as well. There's a new song. If you like him, you should check it out. It's really good. So yeah, he'd be one, definitely.
It's definitely that's kind of the music that we would listen to, like the edgier, kind of harder rock. I mean, I know we wouldn't be as hard as that, or we're definitely more commercial, but that would be what the band would listen to ourselves. It's kind of the, I don't know. It's kind of it's good. It's groundbreaking. It's something new, and
It's kind of like the music that like you got into. It's like where our roots came from, the first kind of music, but it's like a different take
Yeah.
on that. It's kind
Yeah.
of evolved. So you know, it's something that's close to our heart and our ears.
really good.
I suppose.
I'd say Josh Homme revolutionized the genre. He really
Yeah.
did some really groundbreaking stuff.
Stoner rock to the
Yeah.
whole other level, yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, we're big fans of that guy, yeah.
What inspires you when you write your lyrics?
Everything, you know, all different things. Like on the album, a lot of the songs are about like personal relationships with friends and stuff like that, and then some of them are a little bit broader, like White Collar Lies, the title song, and Subhuman are kind of just maybe humanistic songs, looking at the world and kind of taking things from as a whole view, as opposed to getting kind of personal with it. So everything in life, you know, it doesn't really have to be one kind of thing. I think that life is like that, so music should be like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
And what does come first in the writing process? The music or the lyrics?
It's different every time. It really is. There's no kind of formula to it. You might have like a couple of lines of a song or a few phrases that you want to include, but you don't have the music yet, and the music might come along, and then you can remember these lyrics that suited that and use them together. So
It's even kind of the way that we'd write. I mean, sometimes Dan would come in with a full song completely finished and it won't need anything, and sometimes we would literally sit down and talk about what, like, for example, Love Is Dead. That was a complete, I think we had a small little riff, we had the beginning riff, and we were pissed off, and we're like, right, let's We sat down and we talked about it, and it came from scratch, and everyone put the input in. So it's like you say, there's a million different ways it can kind of go. But yeah, if we knew the formula, we'd be millionaires. But there's no real way that you do it. It just kind of flows in, and that's the way it is, isn't it? Really, like.
Yeah, and it's more freedom then as well, and it can give you more of a scope in the album as well. If you listen to it, you know, they're all tied in together, all the songs, but they have their own identity as well. And I think that the way that they're made has something to do with that as well.
There is a kind of a message, that a kind of a similar theme that does flow through the album. I don't even know it was intentional, but when I look back and when we talk about it, we realise that we're on this kind of journey at the time of what we wanted to kind of get out to people and get people thinking and stuff. Like or like, you know, there was a lot of crazy shit, and still is a lot of crazy shit going on with the recessions and wars and everything that was going on. That's the kind of the backbone to of what we were seeing and reading in papers and hearing on the TV, and that was kind of where it all kind of stemmed from. You know, kind of that kind of message of.
Yeah, I think it's great that people, like, it's been missing from music for a long time. And people want something to get behind, or somebody maybe to speak for them, and you know, who can relate to what they're going through.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been around like since Bob Marley or Lennon or, you know, Sex Pistols and stuff like that. You know, so I think it's refreshing for people as well to have music that's like that again.
Like we're not a political band. Like we're not going to be pissing on Wall Street or anything like that. But we just have to kind of write what we see, and that's where we take our influence from. And if someone has to talk about it, and hopefully like you'll get people thinking, and then they'll go out and do something about it, like, you know. So that's really all it is. It's just trying to get the people's minds thinking about stuff, and maybe maybe we can change some stuff that's going wrong out there. But we'll see, you know.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's a difficult topic, because I think when being a political band always has the connotation of being some band like Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, well,
which are really, they are like the political band.
Yeah.
Well, we're just not smart enough to be a political band.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like the politics. It's just kind of, like as I said before, it's like humanistic. If you see a person going through a struggle, you're obviously going to feel for them.
Yeah.
That's really how simple it is.
That's really it is, yeah. It's just the human emotion of seeing something, whether you know that much about it or not, you know it's not right. Something has to be said about it, really.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So usually when bands are on tour, the only two locations to see is the location they're playing in, the venue, and the parking lot.
Well, yeah, seems to be. Yeah.
Do you have any time to do some sightseeing here in Vienna today?
No, not today. We're off tomorrow, but it's in Salzburg, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get to the chance.
Well, we might be. It depends on what time the bus leaves at, but we may get to go and have a couple of beers somewhere around. That's what we can hope for, you know.
For the most part, that's true though. You don't see much in the place.
It's kind of sucks in that way.
It sucks, doesn't it?
It does.
Because you get around everywhere and don't see anything.
Everyone thinks it's weird. Everyone thinks like you're talking to, you're like, yeah, I'm in Vienna, blah blah blah, or whatever. People are like, oh, you lucky son of a bitch, and it's like, nah, dude, like, I'm not gonna see it, like, you know.
Hanging around in a black backstage room.
Sometimes
This is it, like, this is
sometimes you get lucky where the venue is beside somewhere really cool, or it's in the centre of the city, and you might get 2 hours to walk around or something.
Got to walk around Prague yesterday,
which was pretty cool.
Okay.
So you get some days.
Some days you get lucky, but most of the time you're looking at the shitty cabin park. But that's the way it is. We're not complaining. No, we're not complaining.
Oh, that's the life you chose, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that's it.
Excellent.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you.
Pleasure.
And happy gigging for tonight too.
Oh yeah, we will indeed.
I'm looking forward. Yeah.
Cool.
Anything else you'd like to say to our viewers?
Hopefully we get to come back soon.
And buy our fucking CD.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks.